Okay, guys. Sorry about that. All right. Did I miss anybody here? Shit, I might have missed y'all. I might have. All right, we're disclaimed. Oh, man, my bad. Let's get that over here. All right, looks like we're running. Check, check. Yeah, we are. Okay, I don't know what I did there, but I fucked something up. Okay, still lagging. It's got to. All right, guys, can I get a mic check here? I know I'm behind schedule here. 6 years of doing this, I'm rarely off, but I missed today. I may have lost everyone. I might have. If no one shows up here, I'll give it. Jesus, that's so unlike me. I just lost track of the time. Well, did I miss my window? I might have. Anybody? Yeah, I might have missed it. There we go. All right. There's a few people showing up. So sorry, guys. Okay. So sorry. God damn. I just cannot believe I did that. I just day trading the other markets and I just lost track of the time. I'm just very sorry. Right. It's bad on me. All right. So 6 years. I think this is the first time I've ever done that, but there we go. Shit happens. Okay, all right. So let me get started here. I'm a little behind. I'm a little disorganized here. First up here. I guess we'll start with Bitcoin here. I'm going to start with my count here. And then I've got GZ 1968. You guys know him. That's George. Works on my team. He's got a couple of charts on Bitcoin that are worth looking at. Then I've got Bitcoin Silver, a few others. But it looks like it's split half between members and half between X. God, I still call it Twitter. X users. Wow, I think we're gonna have a new high today. I think the market it does not want to allow for. It wants to keep this streak going here. Interesting. Oh, I'm talking about the stock markets, which is where I do most of my day trading. Okay, so this is the bullish count here. Let me get my head together. I did this on Friday, right? So I went through this. This is a very tricky count to get this to solve for a bottom down here. And it's just as tricky in the S&P, right? If you look at, there's a question, right? Did we truncate here? It's the same kind of idea. I do think there's a reasonable candidate here because this section here. Oh, come here. This is so clearly a. God damn it! Come here. Can you tell I'm off? So clearly a triangle that I think the idea of going 1, 2, 3, 4, and then extending up here. It looks like we could potentially have another triangle going in. So it looks like there's reasonable potential here for a low to be in. Although that said, there's no way to be definitive about this because the bear count is just as reasonable. All right, so you got This has a slightly less bizarre way to get solved down here. But the idea would be that this would be if I draw it here, let's use this one. That essentially would be A, B, C. So this would be W, X, and then we're going down for a Y. That's the bear count. And if you look at where we are as we're coming into this high volume node, coming right in the pocket here between a 50 and a golden zone, boy, it's hard not to see that as just as reasonable and just as valid as an outcome here. This would take us down below 70, right down to, now let's see, I'm out of log scale, so this takes us down to 65, right? The market will completely freak out. But you can see what we'd be doing right there, right? I mean, that is all the market ever does. Right, swing, retrace, right? One side breaks or it holds, right? That's all it can ever do. So that's all we're ever trading is that right there. Whether you're down to a 15-second chart or a yearly chart, that's all the market ever, well, it's all it can do, right? It's two-dimensional. That's all it does. Now, you look at that and you go, well, look at all the shit broad strokes. That's what you're forecasting there. It's not that complicated. So are we going to come up here and fall just short of tagging? Could that be a front run? Definitely. Could be. So I think it's a bit soon, right? If you're taking the bull count here on the idea that you're going to get a last leg up here for this fifth, well, you're saying, oh, okay, well, what it's going to do here, I mean, think what you're saying, right? If that's your thought. Oh, we're going to retrace and we're going to go and we're going to break through the POC. We're going to break through the golden zone. That's from the all-time high. And we're going to do this. Well, if we did that, right, here's the thing you got to remember, right? If we did that, we're completing an impulse. What do we anticipate after the impulse? Right, and you want this to happen. It's much less tradable than if it's doing this. Right now, if you're long, I mean, does that seem realistic? It's anything's possible. But if it's doing that, well, one, like how you getting in, right? You're going to have to take all the little micro pullbacks here, which, can be mighty tricky, right? So this is a lot to just fill in your mind's eye, right? And say, oh, well, we're going to break the golden zone. We're going to break that high volume node. We're just going to keep going. Well, does that look reasonable, right? If we come over here and just look, regardless of the count, we have no signs of trend. We're sitting in a squeeze. Remember black here on the Elliott Wave oscillator here that includes the squeeze, right? That's why I use this one. Black's a squeeze, right? So obviously we're in a squeeze. Trend. This is a particularly good one. I use ADX a lot when I'm day trading in the stock indexes. I mean, if we're not climbing here, it's essentially right. It's non-directional, right? Up, although it gives you some color coding here. Dark green, right? Strong trend. Lighter green, trend is faltering. This no trend, right? Orange is neutral. So what you'd be assuming, because that's what you'd be doing here, is that from no trend here, trend is going to emerge. We're going to break we got a fair value gap here with PLC, right? Things that we just looked at on the other chart. We're going to break all of that. And we're going to climb, not without a catalyst. No, not going to happen. Now, that catalyst could be something we can't anticipate, forecast, but there's nothing on the horizon. Now, we've got, payroll report on Friday, right, which could, that's going to move the markets. But a big, massive push, that's a lot to assume. And as, this would be very consistent with everything that we teach. And you hear me say this week after week after week, video after video. Well, okay, let's just be practical about this, right? We could take this whole range here, right, from the high to this low here. All right. Now, out here, we'll do it in and out. Let me get out of log scale. Right? It's not dramatically different here when we zoom in on this range. Just like drop dead simple stuff. Like how simple can we make it? Premium or discount? It's always interesting to me, I always, kind of a loose poll here as to how many of you maintain that discipline, right? If you are not making shitloads of money in the market right now, well, let me rephrase that. If you're not profitable consistently and you're not disciplined enough to incorporate a simple rule like this, suggestion, Strong suggestion. Again, now if you're wildly profitable, well, you're probably may not be on this live stream. Maybe you're here, you're looking for ideas, right? Most people here, they're developing their skill set, right? So they're still learning. So like, shit, I've been doing this for 30 years. I still consider every day I learn something new, right? I mean, you're constantly learning. You never perfect this. You're never going to be perfect, right? So you don't even aspire to it, right? It's an unachievable goal. Perfection is not the goal. Consistency, sticking with your trading rules, right? That's the goal, right? The P&L will be a byproduct of that. So do you have a simple rule here? I only sell in the premium. I only buy in the discount. Again, right? Ask yourself, right? Do you maintain that discipline? You want to be a buyer here in the premium, right? We're not too far, right? Again, we're just past the 50% here, right? We're just into the premium. Are you paying full retail? Well, that would be the highest price you could possibly pay. Well, now I think, again, this should be pretty obvious, right? If we come up here and we complete the fifth, right? Which, okay, let's put a little more on it, right? A little more sex on it, right? Okay. Oh, we got a nice channel here. This impulse looks good. Oh God, what if it breaks that? Oh my God, I would have missed all of that. Why would you say that, man? I'm going to miss all of this. Well, if we do complete that, right? Is your assumption that we're going to do this? Is that what you're assuming? Right? We're just going to go in a straight line here. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, massive extension in the fifth. That better be a pretty major catalyst. Maybe I'm not saying it can't happen. What's more probable, right? That's all we get as traders, right? We get precedent, right? What's happened in the last 100 years? What does the market usually do? And then some structural evidence that we can put in front of ourselves, right? How does it work out, buying in the premium most of the time, right? You think there's some liquidity up here? We're going to do this and then grab that liquidity and just keep going? It's possible, but is that probable? Well, my point being here, if we complete this one, okay, what would we be then doing? Premium or discount? Right, where's the premium? Right, where would your ideal entry be? Right here, between 50 and the golden zone. So can you wait for that discipline? Because that's what you're doing, saying, oh fuck, all right, well I missed that. Well, I guess I missed that, right? Can you do that? Now you're buying it. Now you're stuck to your rules. Now, what if it goes to that bearish count here and we go down for the Y? Well, fuck, what if it does? You were expecting a guaranteed winner there? WX. You saw it, right? W. Oh, fuck, we can. A, B, C, X, Y. Oh, shit. Pardon me. That would be A, B, C, right? W, X, Y. What if it did that? Would that shock you? Wouldn't shock me. What would be shocking if we broke down here, right, to get to that target? My guess here, we get held here. But all of that said, right, my point being here, why are you in such a big hurry, right? Are you in a big hurry to buy here? Because, oh shit, I think it's the 4, it's going to the 5, right? Maybe. If you see, but you had to be a buyer here on the breakout. I know it's fucking easy in hindsight, I know. But right, if we do it that way, right, again, premium or discount. It's such a simple concept, right? So I would guess that less than 50% that are watching here maintain that discipline. Be my guess. And that's based on my own experience with, new members that come in, right? That they're not making money and they can't figure out why. It's not that complicated. Okay, let me get, geez, I'm so far behind here. Okay, let me get, this is George here. I'm going to try and get through these a little faster since I fucked us up. I gotta get, so hang on, I know you guys have a little lag here. I gotta get rid of this. Can I do that? Pull that over there, yeah. Okay, George, this is you. Oh shit. Hang on, there we go. Okay. All right, so now I gotta copy this. Okay, this is Always remember my team, right? GZ 1968, George, as we all know and love him. He always approaches the market a little differently, which is why I like him. Okay, so here we are on a 3-day. We are out of log scale. All right, it's always a battle, right? In, out of log, right? So there is no right answer. I have some people that comment on my videos that are very opinionated about this. I don't think you can be that definitive, right? So, yes, you know, in a range like this, you have to look at it in log scale. But I sure as hell would look at it in both. It very much changes your perspective. Okay, so 1, 2, well, where are we going back here? Well, see, right, you can't even see it. You can't even see it in at log scale. But let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, okay, if you're doing this, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's not an impulse, right? We know that, right? So that's one of the challenges here, right? So we'd overlap the 1 here, right? So we don't have an impulse, right? That's one little, okay. Well, I got an impulse, retrace. I got an impulse, too deep, which is, you know, one of the issues with this count right now. I'm going to guess here if I do it this way here. We're going to look a little bit better, but we still overlap the 4. But now, right, I can see all of this. Right, that's the conundrum. But since he gave it to me out of log scale, all right. So, okay. So I think this is. I'm not sure how he would view one day. Also, how he would reconcile that, right? So I would disagree with this count personally, right? Just because of that, right? See, I can't go 5, 3, 5. It's not, right? It's not an impulse. Okay, so let's go to the 1 day, which he's suggesting as well. Maybe I'll see something here that will clear this up. Switch to log scale. Okay, right. So here is the conundrum, right? We all deal with. Okay, switch to those are my instructions. TradeDevil view 4 hour also. See, he has to give me instructions here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This is, oh shit. All right, so this continues to be the question mark. What is it? Where's the 4? Is it fuck. Are we putting the 4 here? A, B, C, D. Oh fuck, I can't remember how we did it. A, B, C, D, E. This is going to remain, right? This is the kind of thing that we won't get agreement on what the count is here, right? It's going to remain subjective because you can't be definitive about it. 4, 5, right? So what did we top here? Right, he's suggesting, right, even in log scale, right, if we're going to do 50%, remember, it's 50% log, so it's not an actual 50%, right? Right. I hope that makes sense. That's clear, right? It's not 50% from this low to be here, right? That's log scale 50%. So clear impulse, right? I don't think there's any dispute. We have an impulse off of the 15K low, impulse up. Okay, if we're going to do A, B, C. Okay, that works, right? So the B, right, of course, this would be an expanded B. We're going to go A, B, C, and then, oh, come on. Then we're going to go W, X, Y into the B. This is, okay, so I see what he's doing. Here's the swing. Oh, I don't know where he's starting it. I think it's here. Here's the swing, right? A little front run on the golden zone, right? Prior resistance becomes support, right? You know, again, precedent. What does it usually do? And then we're going to go here, and then we're going to come down in a 5 for a C, right? That's one count that we got to consider. What would be the catalyst for that? Well, unknown, right? That would be a dramatic sell-off. Dramatic. Right. So it's easy to think, oh, well, shit, Bitcoin's never going to come down that low. Never, would never happen. Never say never. Let's go to the 4 hour. I got to follow his instructions. Oh, this is nice work, right? So I'm thinking about George. He's gotten better every single month since he's been with us, right? He started as a member, now as a sensei. He continues to improve, right? So look at all the detailed work here. Here's that triangle, right, to get you to the E here. So this, you know, we're on the aggregator, right? So I don't get volume here. So are we doing the E here? This is the 4 here. So 1, 2, 1, 2, up to the 5. A, B, there's the A. Oh, that's good detail work. God, that's tricky. A, B, W, X, A, B, C. Oh, we're going to do a triple there into a B, right? So we have a candidate here. We have a roadmap here that would make sense. The outcome here, suspicious. Not by any means is that not possible, but now we're on the 4 hour here. Let's see. I think the next hurdle here we got to consider is from this is our all-time high right here. What's that? 109. Right, remember, Al does not care about your Elliott count. I get it right on that. $109. Surprising. We know the software that sits there is going to sell it. So that shouldn't be surprising, right? Now, where's his target? Way down here, 68. Going to get there? Well, you could see a path, right? We just looked at it, a couple of different routes to get there. So this is critical. Now, you could just keep it simple. If you want to be drop dead simple, say all of this consolidation here. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of liquidity here. Is the market grabbing liquidity here? Well, there's certainly more above. Right, which might suggest, okay, maybe there's a push up here. We grab liquidity because there's stops, right? The market moves to liquidity. This has already been grabbed, already taken here. We're going to move up for a little bit. Does it need more liquidity, right? Does it need more fuel, right? What are they grabbing here? Stops. What would the implication be? If we start to roll over, oh, this was a liquidity grab up here, right? They need to refuel. This is grabbing all those people that are buying at premium, buying on the rally because they just, oh, cool, of course it's going to keep going higher, of course, right? Because I bought it, so it's going to keep going higher. Oh, that's not going to feel so good. So before it's so tempting to do. We all do it. Or you have to remind yourself, right? Before you fill this in your mind's eye, let's get some confirmation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into an A. Triangle B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Candidate here for that W to be in. You would anticipate the X to come lower. That's what you would anticipate, right? Again, market's never obligated to do anything. It's going to do what it's going to do. Right? We're just trying to, what does it usually do? If we're stalling here at a golden zone from 2 major pivots, we know what's happening. There's a few things we know what's happening there. That does not mean it's going to make its target, but we can understand why it's stalling here, right? Even if you took the golden zone out of it and said, oh, well, where's the liquidity? Duh. Okay. He had a couple other interesting. Let me get to this one here, and then we'll get off of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is kind of boring at the moment. As soon as I say that, right, it'll fly. It was good. That's kind of why I say that. Dollar tether dominance to Bitcoin. The premise here is, I think he had prior ratio lows here. Dollar to Bitcoin. He makes a good point here. There are a number. In fact, he's. Oh, I guess I can't move that. Oh, it's because I'm in the copy. So bear with me a sec. A couple of really, what do I want to say? Credible, established Elliottians, right? That have a following here. One in particular, who's very strong. Absolutely sure, right? Absolutely sure that we're going to go into an extension on the 5th. Well, my first reaction to that, when anyone tells me that they are absolutely certain where the market's going, I immediately assume they're wrong, right? Because I guarantee you he's wrong. Not that this may not be a fifth, right? But an extension here. But when you're that absolutely certain, you're usually wrong, right? Because that kind of certainty leads to arrogance and, assuming you're going to be right, which means, that's a dangerous cocktail of emotion to have in a trade. You don't want to be absolutely certain of anything, right? Other than your trade plan and where you're out and what your targets are. That's the only thing you can be absolutely certain of. Certain that we're going into a fifth extension, all that does, I lose respect for the guy, right? And he's a good technician. And George kind of makes that point, right? Because he's the one who turned me on to the guy. He said, oh, you watch this guy. He's quite a good Elliottian, right? He's absolutely certain. And George is making the point, well, if we're absolutely certain we're going into an extension here in the fifth, well, how much lower can this go, right? I mean, look, again, all we get is precedent, history. What's happened historically, right? Are we going to break to new all-time lows here? How much lower can it go? So you see the conundrum here, right? If this is going to keep going higher, right, this is going to keep going lower. We're going lower. Really? Again, anything's possible, but does that seem probable? This is good work, George. That's well done to be pointing that out. And then there's one. Oh, this last one here, also on dollar tether. Let me get this one up. It's worth noting, right? So we get off of just the typical. Let's look at your chart. Let me get off of this, right? So this is why I hired George, because he always looks at the market a little differently. He looks at it differently than I do, which is what I like about him. Bitcoin, so I've got the Tether and the US dollar coin here. Last alt season, right? So this is the kind of shit I don't do, right? So I appreciate this. Last alt season, right? Let's see. Oh, this is Bitcoin dominance. Okay, so Bitcoin dominance plunges, alt season cranks. Right, so here we are again. Right, is Bitcoin, we've got a candidate here for this to be an ending diag, to finish here with one last little pump up here. And then we come down, Bitcoin dominance relative to Tether and dollar coin. Then that's coming down. What's happening to alts? Right? Alts. Right? See here's this. Same as this, right? Pump, down, alts up. Pump, down, alts up. I use these big arrows, right? That's the implication here. So before you bail on an alt season, this is the kind of thing to look at, to check. It's good job, George. Very well done, right? That's posted all throughout our Discord, right? So anyone who's not in our Discord, I know, right? It's easy to join a Discord, right? All of a sudden, you got 35 Discords you're in. God, I've got probably that many. I go into maybe 2 or 3 of them on a regular basis. So, you can join our Discord for free, right? Just like most Discords, you can join them for free. You get in there, right? The reason you would join it is to get access to this, and then you would want to see other traders taking this technical approach, and you want to learn from that. Look for those setups, right? Because they're all going to be very consistent with our methodology, right? That's the whole point of it. That's why you'd be in there. So this is worth keeping an eye on, right? Final pump, alts in the final dump. And alts have been, with a few exceptions, right, mighty shitty. Coming into that support down here. It could be, it looks like there's one more, it could have one more last little kick. One more little kick for Bitcoin. And then things start to turn around. Okay, great ad, George. Thanks for those. Okay, Andreas is back with Bitcoin Silver. Oh, wait a second. He corrected me on this. I've been saying Bitcoin Silver, and I'm mistaken. It is Bitcoin Satoshi's Vision. Thanks for correcting me on that, Andreas, because I always thought it was I don't follow these forks much. But I should. Okay, Bitcoin, Satoshi's Vision. Well, it's on the move. I mean, something, we're on a 1 hour, right? Whoa. Something changed. Let's get a little more time on that. Well, I got to give Andreas a lot of cred here. He's been all over this. Right, regular viewers of this live stream, or regular, just visitors of our Discord, right? He's been all over this all through the whole downtrend, right? He's like, keep an eye on it, keep an eye on it. Oh, what did we get an all-time high here? 87. Nice use of Vegas wave here. Usually, right, this is unusual to get that big of a pump on the break of the Vegas wave, but it like any moving average like this, it's not the first break you want, it's the retest, right? So that's the safer trade. So, okay, we've had this big, massive pump here. Why? I don't know. He might know. Andreas might know. I don't know why that pumped. But there had to be a reason. Okay, so let me get rid of that. Oh, shit. I don't want to get rid of that. What is that? Oh, that's his extension. Okay. All right, so we'll keep that. Looks like he's taking, well, that's a smart idea. Since we have such a baby 1-2, to take the whole thing from low to high, from 1 through 3 into the retrace. Good idea, rather than just take the 1 right in and project. So he's projecting for the 5th. So back down here, okay, we don't want that to go too far, really, right? So the idea that we're pivoting here at the 50 makes sense, right? So, oh, that's a 4 hour. What are we looking for? Where's liquidity? Oh, let's get our, right, remember, as we know, right, and, all the ICT traders here, make this the focal point. And it's a very valid approach, right? What is the market doesn't move because of any other reason than liquidity, right? That's the premise. So the market moves from internal to external liquidity. Where's the internal liquidity, right? We've had the pump here and grabbed, here we could do it this way, right? We grabbed that liquidity, we grabbed this liquidity, right? Because what liquidity is just another word for where the stops, right? Where's the liquidity, i.e. the stops? Well, they're here, right? Those obvious pivots. We grabbed all that liquidity. Now where's the liquidity, right? So that would have been external liquidity, right? We were grabbing this. Where's the internal liquidity? Well, the external would be way down here or way up here. Where's the internal liquidity is the imbalances here. So we're coming back in here to the market is filling in those imbalances is the way you could think of it. Front run on the 50, again, very common. Is that a clean ABC? Well, no, not the cleanest, but doable. God, that's quite a B. The B is always the sucker wave, right? So that's careful of that, because that's the move where that's retail thinking, oh, it's just going to keep going, right? And you look at the length of time here. Does that make sense, right? If you just, sometimes trading is so obvious, right? We're going to correct this with this in time. Really? Not saying it's not possible, but is that a high probability outcome? Probably not. So what is this, right? That's the, oh yeah, of course, right? Of course we're going to sweep the high. We don't sweep the high. What are we coming for? Liquidity. The internal liquidity, right? It didn't get this would have been the external, right? The fact that it doesn't get it is telling, right? We don't get that, right? You think there's some stops up there? That's a pretty big tell right there. They don't get what? Come on. Of course they're going to get that. Well, then you've got the expanded B, right? The expanded B is the grab of liquidity above the 3 high, right? That's how you get the expanded B. It's liquidity, right? They're going for the external liquidity. They being software. Right? We don't get external, so where are we going to go? We're going to go for internal. Internal, right? It's all being filled in. Oh. you're still a little skinny on time. Again, so right look is important to Elliott, right? Well, to Ralph Nelson as well as Elliott traders, right? This is what we're saying, right? Is that what? Okay. It's, the 2 and the 4, okay. That's a bit much. But see, what's unlikely, you might say, oh, God damn, man, the length of time is wacky here. Yes, right? You could lean into that, right? This move, as I just did, right? This fills it a little bit more. But the reason I think this is buyable right here is because what would be the alternate? We're going to go into a combo? No. Right now, it's too long, too deep. Unlikely we're going to go WXY. Right? It takes too much time, right? So if this is going to hold and we're going to get an impulse, right? Well, this needs to be the leg, right? This is going to do it. You'd be expecting this to get you the new high. So I think this is very tradable. Now you're a little bit late there. You got any reason for a pullback? Well, same idea. Where's it going to get liquidity, right? Either here at the low or some of these imbalances here. That one's been, well, remember, right? That's mitigated, right? Once we break the EQ, right? Oh God, what does ICT call it? Some bullshit name he came up with. Consequent encroachment. Some bullshit. All right. So here's the 50% of it. Okay. Right. So because what is he doing? Right. He's a marketer. Right. So he's taken concepts that were in the market for 100 years and relabeled them. Okay. So, not the 50% of the imbalance. It's a consequent encroachment. It sells, right? It sells. Okay. Right. So we're looking at here. Okay. What can I see here? Well, I got a pretty nice looking channel that seems to be here. Okay. Is that a 1? Well, if we're going to do this here, I want to see how it reacts to this liquidity here, right? Can we go up? Well, first thing, right? The first one has to be, go to a 10. This has got to be a 5, right? Looks like we're getting one. 1, 2. All right. Look, hey, there we go. It looks good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Oh, yeah. Good news. Right, we're getting an impulse off of the low. So this starts to solidify because, right, while it could be A, B, all right, so right, you always have to think of the alternate. It could be A, B, C before we go down again. That seems less probable. So what we have here is a nice clean impulse going in, right? And it's nice and tight, just like you like them, right? Nice and tight, right? Self-contained by that channel. Liquidity, right? Oh, shit, I think there's a... Oh, fuck it. Lux Algo has one. Liquidity. Where is there? I think maybe it's this one. One of Lux Algo has a couple of good ones. They put out some good product. Maybe not. Oh, because I'm on crypto. That's why. So I'm not getting any volume. Okay. Oh, maybe I will. Oh, something is not happy about it. Oh, the volume. Can't get those on crypto, right? Because it's an aggregator. Okay, but I've got this nice 5 going in. Okay, well, all right. Well, here I've got an imbalance up here, potential liquidity, right? Fair value gap, but that's an order block as well, right? Oh, probably right here. You got an order block with a fair value gap in the middle of it. Boy, what a good target. This is the best trade of all, right? Because we don't have to. God, fuck. Is it a 1? Is it going to give me a 5? Oh, that's a 1, 2. Could be an AB. I don't know. Is it? Well, now we can start to solidify into the idea that this is a good low. Okay. Well, now we're just waiting, because what we're doing is confirming the low. Okay. If we let's say we get up here, what's the plan? What? Right, it's not hard. It's not rocket science. If we're going to get a 3, right? You can do a channel, right? Channel, or same idea. All right, we're going to do it this way, right? Until we break, right? And then we'll get up. Then the channel will rotate up here, right? We'll do it this way, right? That's the whole concept. Right? Median lines are just, whenever you can use a median line, use it, right? If I remind you, highest odds in trading, least used technical tool. of all technical tools, least used, highest probability. Correlation, most people lose money in the markets. Okay, right, so don't be one of them. All right, so, okay, this is beautiful. Good looking impulse. Even if we're an A, and you were thinking, oh shit, it's not enough time, it's got to do an A, B, C, and then go, right? It could be either, right? It could be 1 or A. Does it matter to your trade? No. I got a 5. I've got a candidate for a clean finish. I got a 5 off the low. I'm waiting for a 3. 5 confirms that I've got an impulse, waiting for the 3. B or 2, I don't know. No, nobody knows. So don't tell me you know. If you tell me you know, I'm going to turn and run. Right? I'm not interested in your opinion if you tell me you know. Because you don't know. You're just bullshitting yourself and everyone who follows you, or blah, 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 or your subs, or everything, because you don't know. You can think with a strong intuition or whatever, right? You don't tell me you know, right? All right, you're just after my wallet. Okay, right, so there's Bitcoin Silver. Great stuff. Andreas has been on this for 2-3 months. The whole time I've been calling it Bitcoin Silver, and it's not. It's Satoshi's Vision. Okay, thanks for that, Andreas. Andreas is deep into the blue belt. All right, it's going to be interesting to see how what his stuff looks like coming out of the blue belt. Nice job. Okay. Oh, I got Wonks here giving me his higher time frame on Bitcoin. Okay, all right, back to Bitcoin. You all know Cosmos Wonka. I call him Wonks. Another started as a member. It was kind of shitty when he started, but just got better and better and better and better and better. Was very active in the Discord, right? When we were hiring, he was one of the first guys I went to. Now, it's just a great addition to the team. And look at the quality of his work. I think he's level 3. I think he's 2 levels higher than I am with Elliott Wave International. So one of the, I think now I have 4 master level Elliotticians on the team here. So look at this clean count. You want to develop this skill set, right? I mean, Wonka's a living example of this, right? Came in with very little knowledge, right? Studied, went through the belt system, and now he works for me. All right, so, okay. Anybody want to dispute this? No, I think not, right? I don't think we have to dispute whether there's an impulse here. The question is, again, as is being discussed by many, right? If we just do lowest to highest. What makes you pause here is that, Bitcoin so loves the golden, right? That we're not going to make it. Well, then you look at it and say, well, does it have a tendency, right, for prior resistance to provide support? Does it? I could do the same thing here. Does it have a tendency for prior resistance to provide support? Well, that's not just Bitcoin. That's all markets. I do the same thing here. All markets. Prior resistance becomes the support. It's like if you open Trading for Dummies 101, that's probably within the first chapter. And then trend lines. And then moving averages. Right, to get to this kind of a detailed Elliott count. How did he solve this here? A, B, C. I like it, right? So this is in the, this is so many, right? This is the point of confusion, right? Or disagreement, right? You can do it here. It shows better if you do it in a line chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. It's not gorgeous. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, right, but it gets it done. Then you got to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, he left out a few here. All right, he was trying to give you a broader macro count. Okay, so what's the premise here? Oh shit, he's giving us his bear count on Bybit here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I like this. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D. Now, why does this work? Well, 1, right? E's in the. Oh, come here. Oh, am I on the copy? No, I'm not. E's notorious, right, for a little overshoot. I didn't get you straight. Right into that trend line, right into a double top. it's a little trickier to get that done. I am on a 24-hour. But if that's the case, 1, 2, 3, right? Just to be sure we all see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we begin and we end in 5s, right? That's foundational to Elliott Wave. That would be, per this count, where is he going? Why are we here? Oh, I see it. Okay, it's 3, 4, and 5, right? So this is his bear count. Shit, did he give me a bull count? I don't think he did. 1, 2. Where do we expect the 2? Well, we're right where we expect the pivot, right here, between the 50 and the 786. That would be, what is the ICT traders, optimal trade entry, right between the 50 and the 78, or I think he, somewhere in this range, right? It would be, again, that's just a good Elliott Wave, right? Where do we expect the 2 or the B, right? Those are the high probability zones. Well, this is quite bearish. Actually, God, that's too bearish, because this would be, well, that's too bearish, Wonks, I think. That's mighty bearish, because he's saying this would be an A, B, and we're going into the, not sure about that one. I want to see your bull count. You see what he's implying, right? Wonks, I didn't know you were this bearish. This would be A, B, C. Well, that would fuck a whole lot of people up, myself included. Okay, right, so we shall see, right, if that's what we end up here. I mean, I suppose an alternate here is to go into an ABC down here. It's doable. Well, you got to see, you got to be careful about turning away from a count that's bearish, right? Slow down. Is it valid? Is that a valid approach, valid count? Abso-fucking-lutely. So before you dismiss it, as I am almost doing, before you dismiss it, is it valid? How do we absolutely, with certainty, invalidate it? Well, if this is a 1, the only way to be absolutely positively sure that it's not a 2 is to put the 2 up here, right? We can't, the beginning of the 1 can't be swept by the low of the 2. That's the only way you're going to be certain. Now, the other point we have here is if this were to turn it, I suppose it still could play. If this were to turn into a 5, right? If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, right? That's not going to be the 2. Although technically you could get this and you could get an expanded B. Couldn't be the 2, right? It would have to be a B and then C down below, right? But it couldn't be the 2. That's the only absolutely definitive way, right, to know for sure that this count is off the board, right? We can eliminate this one. It sure would help if we get a 5 here, right? That's going to take the idea of a corrective 3 off the board. Well, of it being a 2. Right, 5, 3. Do we have a 3 right now? Yes. Are we at a location where you would anticipate the market to turn? Yes. Do we have a catalyst for the market to keep going higher? No. Catalyst, right? We've got a lot of good things happening in the background, but a catalyst to push it, we don't have one. Careful about what you're dismissing as, oh, that's too bearish, right? That'll never happen, right? As soon as you say never, catch yourself, right? Never say never. Thanks for that, Wonks. I'd like to see your bull count. That's pretty depressing. Depeche, all right. Hey, Depeche. Always like to see what he's doing. One of our most skilled members. Everybody in the Discord pays attention to Depeche, right? Because he's good. Shit, if I needed more people, I'd hire him. Okay. FET, this was the long-term, shit, this was the AI play in crypto, and then they merged, and I guess FET is what emerged. Kind of lost track of it. Okay, well, we got a pretty nice looking zigzag here. And where's your zigzag? 5, 3, 5. right? We begin and we end in 5s, right? Do we begin with a 5, right? So is this valid? Right? Does that make sense? Let me go up a little bit here. Let's go to an 8. Get some legs on that. Okay, so we're playing it as a 4, which means, shit, I got to go to a daily. Oh, so we're doing a diag. Okay. All right, so so I can immediately see that based on, right, once I get a bigger picture, we're doing it as a series of 3s. A, B, C, A, B, C. A, B, C, A, B, C. We are in log scale. So what are we anticipating here? A, B, C. Where are we now? Okay, let's go back to what he sent, which was the first one. All right, so let me change that. Let's short it. What do I got here? Something brighter? No, you got a lot of blue. Let's go in green. And let me change that just so we can all see it a little bit better. Okay, right. So A, B is what we're after. Right, we're looking for this to complete as an impulse. Now it doesn't have to be an impulse, right? Depeche knows that, right? So it could be a diag, right? We could do this in a series of 3s, but we need a 5 here. Period. That because the 5 has to be part of the 3, right, to get us to an A, B, C. So we've got a good start on it. Let's go to a 1 here and see how he's doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, right? We begin and end in 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4. Oh, yep. Looks like you need it, right? So there's an ABC in there. We don't overlap the 1, so I've got a nice clean impulse here that has completed. Well, too soon to call it for sure. You could have another leg on that. But it makes sense, right? Swing failure point, I think is what he has there. What else is right here? This is, I think, what is the more equally valid point, right? That's liquidity, right? Just like this was, right? Liquidity taken. Now, that's internal liquidity. Let's see. He's got Spaceman's key levels, right? Previous month high. I use the same one. All right, it's a good one. Okay, but hang on there because that's getting in the way here. Okay, very reasonable candidate here. Whoops, reasonable candidate for that to be done, right? On the assumption that we can kind of all see what happened here. All of this is liquidity. All liquidity. Okay, we got to tap into the first one. Well, if this is if we're heading down for the 2, you can kind of see he's giving you a roadmap here. He's giving you two roadmaps here. God damn, thing is jacking me up here, right? I got a candidate here for a 1, 2. Oh, come on, 3, 4, 5. A. Okay, right. Or you could have a complex. Shit, I'm gonna get to zoom in there a little bit more. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not a great looking 5. If anything, it looks like it's got more to go down, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 5 could be lower. Did we overlap the 1? We didn't, right? So we still have a candidate for an impulse. Oh, no, pardon me, we did. So we're going to have to do A, B, C. A, B, C, A, B, C. Okay. 1, 2, maybe a little bit lower. Okay, where's the liquidity? Right here. Untapped, right? So this imbalance is untapped. Okay, well, would make sense. At this point, right, you missed the pop, right? You missed the rally, right? So you're waiting for the retrace, which is way down here. Now, same concept when we started with Bitcoin, right? Are we buying in premium or discount? Oh, we're in log scale. Oh, here, we do it this way. All right, let's do it this way. And I got one template here, 50 for log. Okay, all right, so here's the log scale 50. Okay, you missed the, well, I don't know that you did miss, right? But if you're just looking at this for the first, I didn't see it, right? If you're watching this or seeing this for the first time, oh, I got a completed 5, right? Candidate for completed, right? We don't know. Look, you're still in the channel, right? This could be a 1, 2, and there's an extension in the 5th, right? You can't rule that out. Odds are, oh, let's put our EW on there, and let's put since I've been using this a lot lately. X, this little one here, Gustavo 71, very good one. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. I just wanted to add it. Okay. Do we have trend? Well, we got a little bit of a downtrend. You see that little perk up here, right? So the darker the color, the stronger the trend. So we're not quite, what's that? We're kind of in a little bit of a chop zone there. I bring this up here. Okay, but signs, right? That the trend is, we are certainly no longer in an uptrend, right? You can see uptrend, green, 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 green. Where do we start the downtrend? Oh, this is just a good example right here, right? Here's we're starting to, the downtrend, pardon me, starts right here. Okay, we're confirmed we're getting into a downtrend here as that moves higher. Look where it pivots at the low. And then we get into trendless, little bit of a squirt here. You know, we're on a 60. This might be a little bit more meaningful on a 4, right? So they're okay. We're neutral, right? If anything, the bias is short. Squeeze. Now, squeeze just means, oh, hey, hang on a sec. Squeeze is good news, right? So look where the squeeze is almost always, you'll find it on your retracements, right? That's where you want to find it. Squeeze is not bad news. It's good news, but it means just, hey, slow down, wait. Because out of the squeeze, what comes out after the squeeze, right? The push. Always from contraction comes expansion. Squeeze is the definition, right? How traders are defining contraction, right? A lack of volatility, right? Contraction. Often accompanied by retracement. Okay, so 1, 2, boom. 3, 4, boom. Squeeze again. Look, you want to try and get in. It won't come down for me. You want to try and get into that push. That's where you want to be, and that helps you stay in the market a little bit longer until we start to fade. Okay, so this is looking for another leg down. So this is all very nice and beautifully done, right? It's great work from Depeche. But what are we doing up here, right? We don't want to assume this. Don't assume that. As I just did it, right? We can look at here and say, okay, well, I'm in the premium here. That's premium, right? Here's the 50% here, the red 50. I'm in premium. Do I want to buy here? Do I? Right? Maybe that's not part of your rule set. If you are not consistently profitable, I want to encourage you to put that at the top of your trading rule plan. Top of your list. I only buy in discount. I only sell in premium. Go 30, 60, 90 days with that. Review your results. If you are not profitable now, I guarantee they'll be better. Such a simple thing, right? Because why would you avoid doing it? Only 2 reasons. FOMO, oh fuck, it was going, I didn't want to miss it, or you needed some dopamine, right? We are a dopamine addicted species. Certainly in the developed world. Dopamine. Lots of ways to get it. We all want it. Take a trade, boom. Right to the vein. Your day just got a little more interesting. It might create anxiety, right? Now, if you're jonesing for the dopamine and you bought up here in the premium, is that a good buzz? No, that is not a good buzz. And I love a good buzz as much as anyone. That's not a good buzz. That's an anxious. Oh fuck! I know. Fuck, come on. Okay, go higher this time. I won't do it again. Trader's prayer. Just let me this one time. I'll never do it again. Right? Are you enjoying your buzz? No, you're not. You're having a bad trip. Right? Fuck, because you know you did something stupid. Now, when you're reviewing your journal, right, at the end of the month or whenever you do it, end of the week, is that a trade you're going to look at and say, God damn, I nailed my plan there. I nailed it. I only buy in the premium. And look what I did here. Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, whoops. Do I have that backwards? Yeah, you do. Try it. Go 30 days and reevaluate. If you can't do it, you're giving into the FOMO. Period. That's all that's happening. You can't resist. You can't resist the temptation to buy it because you're afraid you're going to miss it. Or your day's a little slow and you need the Jones. Great work, Depeche. Always appreciate your work. Right, really nice. Now get this going on my watch list. I've said many times, some of the best trades I get of the year are all from live streams, right? Because I can't watch everything. I sure want to know when I get here, if I get here. Now, if I launch here into an extension, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to take it higher. Where's premium discount? Well, but you told me not to, and I get. Yeah, be prepared to miss some trades with that discipline. Part of the trade-off you're making. You're going to miss some trades. I think you'll like your numbers better at the end of it. Okay. Shit. Okay, I got wonks giving me new stuff. Sam, there's one more HBAR. Okay, here's what I got. Okay, members, semi-weak today. Those that posted, outstanding. But numbers, kind of weak. I know markets, you know. All right, where is the market now? You're going to get a new high. They are doing everything they can to get a new high to keep the streak going. Six is, I think, the longest streak since, I don't know, it's 6 days in a row of the stock index is moving higher. I think they're trying to keep that. It's very, very reasonable possibility that this is, if you look at how the market is moving in massive straight lines, just straight up, straight down. You look at a 15-minute chart, it's really abnormal, right, for it to move this directionally without any pauses. Oh, shit, do I even have it up here? I probably do. Let's just take a quick peek at this. Let's go to a 15-minute. Oh, there is a 15-minute. Oh, you see it better in the futures. I thought I had it up here. Damn it, I thought I could have sworn I know I have the S&P up here somewhere. See what I've got here. Oh, that's going to confuse you. It's got a bunch of other shit on it. But we'll see this a little bit better. Oh, those are just moving averages. Here, I get sidetracked. Okay, let me get back to where I was. Okay, so FET. I'm saving that. And I'm putting an alert right here. And I'm going to put an alert right here. So if I break higher, I want to be notified that we're going to have an extension, right? So I've got an alert zone here. That's all I ever do, right? I just put an alert. So when I get there, I just pull up this chart and go, oh shit, oh, extension in the first, right? Or extension in the fifth. Oh, we're still waiting for a retrace into the discount. Okay, all right, so so far on X, I got a couple here. Let's see, what is this here? I gotta drop a few. Should I like that? Like that too. I like that too. I like that. I gotta get to something I can drop here. Okay, hang on. Oh, that's option stuff. You don't want to see that. Okay, let me get a blank screen here. Oh, here's another good example, right? This is from last live stream, right? I bought this. Here's why, right? There's the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. That's from an old live stream. Oh, shit, I want that too. Okay, hang on. I got to find something blank here. This is blank. All right, because I've already looked at Satoshi's Vision. All right, long way to get there. Okay, ZIM. ZIM. What does he want? ZIM. Oh, fuck. I'm assuming he means this. Gotta be. Integrated shipping? Gotta be. Because of the tariff policy. Do I need to be in log scale here? It's probably. Let's zoom here a little bit so we can get out of it. Well, you can make a case for the impulse. It looks like it's a bumpy finish. One, two, three, four. I don't like that finish. It'd actually play better if it was a diag. But that's the highest high, right? So I can't fudge one. I'm a little unsure on that. It had such a nice start here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry. Let's try a line chart. See if that gives any clarity. Still looks like it's 3. This may be. You could probably do this as a in the line chart. A, B, C is a. No, because you need 3 there. You can't do a zigzag. That's a tough one. W, X, Y. Neither of those look good. You got into a box here. That looks like that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't finish that. Well, rather than, if we're down here, rather than struggle with that, I'm inclined to just leave it. We can see the 4. We don't get a great finish there. Looks like you're going to have to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get an ABC to fly there. We're filling in all of this unmitigated order flow here. Now, why do I say that? Because note here, we didn't tap into any of it, right? So this can all be considered bullish order flow because it would unmitigated, right? Unmitigated, and then we're into it. So we can bring this. Let's bring this down here. See if we can get an A, B, C to get done there. Okay, well, this is a good example. It's not unlike one we were just looking at. In terms of, okay, well, this was a little funky. I'm going to go back to log scale just out of curiosity here. Discounter premium, right? We got that covered. Coincidence? I'll let you draw your own conclusion. Looks like you might have had a double banger there. It's in the pocket, right? Did we get liquidity here? We got liquidity here. We got an imbalance here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got a clean finish. This is a little wonky, but it's okay. It's hard to get a 3 into there, but okay. Let's get down to the 1 hour. So this is just like we were looking at before. Okay, 1, 2 I think with Bitcoin Silver, right? If this is the low, 1, 2, can I get a 3, 4, 5? Right? Can I get some of that? Do you want to buy it now? Probably not. Why do I say that? Well, how do we know this is an ABC? right? And we're not gonna, we're just gonna fill this gap and then come back down. We don't. There's no knowing. 1, 2, 3. This likely your 4, 5. I got a good finish here. Oh, this is probably a 50. It looks like it's a 50. 50 to the tick. Right? I mean, software is precise. That's one thing you can say about it. 2. We're going to get, we don't want that. We want it up here, right? That confirms we got an impulse. We got a 3 going in, right? Where's the highest probability location for a 3, right? All right, so 1, 2, 3, I can put a channel on this, right? So I want things to help guide me, right? Okay, am I still thinking impulse? Are we staying within that channeling, right? Channeling is so very critical to a good Elliott count, right? It's not going to work 100% of the time, but when it's good, it's good, right? We're breaking. You got to, you know, obviously we got a big gap here, right? It's got to be dealt with. Market's going to want to fill that in. Just like it filled this one in, this one, right? Market fills gaps. It's an imbalance, right? Wants to correct that. So likely, well, where's it going to get liquidity? You got levels up here. Where's the next trade? You're kind of late. You might get this. You might get a, because well, if this is going to be an impulse, right? You're going to need a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? If that's going to be an impulse, well, you're not going to do it in a straight. Well, unlikely to do it in a straight line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We need that subdivision here so I can lean into the idea I got an impulse and that the low is in, right? How do I know the low's in? Well, I don't. It would sure look a lot better if I got an impulse within that channel. Okay, 1, 2, can I get this? Well, where would be the next trade? On the retrace. On the retrace, because this has to be 1, 2. Oops. This is where Elliott has advantages over any other approach because this is not optional, right? It has to be that, right? If this count's going to play, this has to happen, or the analysis is wrong, right? Rarely in TA do you get that kind of absolute certainty, right? It can't, right? 2 cannot overlap the 1, period, right? It completely eliminates any sort of a technical bias you might have. This has to be an impulse, has to be, or this count is inaccurate. Right, something else is going on. If not this, then something else, and if not something else, then this. It's that black and white, right? That's the beauty of Elliott Wave, right? I don't think the people that shit on it don't appreciate that. They don't understand it. They don't get it. It's too hard. God damn it! Too many rules. Fuck that stuff. I'd rather just draw lines. Right? Have at it. Okay, ZIM. I think we covered that, right? It's like any move, right? If it's real, you're going to wait for a retrace. Uber. I looked at this the other day. I was looking at options on this. Maybe why. Oh, this was, I think I remember this, right? Really close. Mighty deep, right? I was looking at, earnings are coming up. I think it was too close to earnings, right? I was looking at an iron condor because there's a 1 hour, right? You're in a pretty established range. So I was looking at this going, okay, well, can I sell out here and ride the time decay? I just thought it was too close to earnings. And then I've got this would have been, I'd have liked this better as an impulse. Okay, but now are you directional? Well, now what are you saying, right? You're saying that, oh, I've got a 1, 2. Got a 1, 2, right? So I don't want to be, where's the liquidity? Well, at this point, now it's all up here, right? I don't want to be selling something that's neutral here if I'm anticipating we're blasting off to get to a third. Do I know that that's going to be a third? Absolutely not. This could be a triangle. A, B, C, D, E. Could be. All part of a 4, right? That's a great time for an iron condor when you're in a 4, right? Why? Why? Because we stopped progressing the trend, right? 1, 2, 3, right? Clear. Well, we got a nice clear. This is hard to miss for anyone. You can't miss that, right? Don't tell me the market doesn't move in 5s and 3s. You just, you have to turn your brain off to come to that conclusion. It does move in 5s and 3s, period. Okay, so 3, is this my 4? Well, I stopped progressing my trend. But this is mighty far over here. Let's go to a 4. Right? Does the channeling still work? Right now, when you're looking at this, going, "Fuck, man, is that the 4? I don't know." Well, okay, let's try and channel it. Does that help? Ooh. Well, okay, we've seen this happen before. Sometimes it takes a little more time. Let's double it. Does that help? Well, let's go this way. Yeah, let's try that. I gotta make this higher. Okay, a little overthrow, right? Probably put another sliding parallel on that, just like this. Slide it down, right? So it's sliding parallel. Okay, am I still in a 4? W, X, Y, X, Z. A, B, C, D, E. I'm not sure. Well, that, you know, I got that. You could trade that as an ABC, right? So A, B, C, A, B, C. Fuck, A, B, C. You could do a W, X, Y. There's a number of different ways this could play. But right now, if I hold to the idea that, well, I got a bumpy 1 that's turned into a diag, disappointingly. 1, 2, it's deep for the 2. Okay, but that would suggest to me that we got a good candidate here, right? If we get good numbers on Friday and the market starts to rally, where am I looking for that 3? 4, 5. Right now I'm directional. Okay, what would you anticipate that's going to look like with your trend indicators? Do I have anything down there? I don't, right? And we got earnings. Oh, next Wednesday. Let's use this one. Again, I recommend that for, and let's use ADX. Let's get this one on there. How's our trend looking? We are not in a squeeze. Right, we are not in a squeeze. We've been white, right? Is green. I mean, good to go. Right, you're trending. Do we have a little trend here? Well, I got a little green sprout. Start, right? And it's dark green, right? It's the start of a trend. We're below the lower barrier that's 20 and up here, right? When you get up above this, when you get up above, I think it's 34, you're in a very strong trend, right? Like this. Like this. Well, look, they're going to, right, here's the divergence, right? Boy, talk about divergence. Look at the strength of the trend. Much more pronounced than this, which is essentially a double top. Trend to strength. It's when it's in the slop right down here. That's when people get sucked into trading again for you know, fuck, I didn't want to miss it. Now you would start looking at, God, length of time though. Could this be the 4 to match that 2? Well, it looks reasonable. It's not so far. It looks like it's about twice the size. Maybe third. They don't have to be perfect, but they just, you know, you want to have some degree of balance of time. Well, you can see the path right now. Again, be careful about filling that in your mind's eye, right? Don't fill that in yet. It's a good start. Premium or discount, right? We do it this way, right? Are you premium or discount? Well, here's halfway. You want to be a buyer there? If you do, well, then your trading plan doesn't have that rule set. Well, no, I can buy anywhere. My trading plan is I have no restrictions on where within the range that I buy. That's what you're saying. If you're buying it there, that's what your trading plan offers you. Oh, I don't have to worry about it because my trading plan says I can buy it anywhere. Well, if that's your trading plan, have at it. Is that what you want your trading plan to be? If you were going to sit down and write out a trading plan for yourself, would that be the first thing you say? Well, I buy anywhere. I don't care where it is in the range. Really? Okay, something to think about. Here's one I haven't looked at for a while. BASF. I don't think we want this one, do we? And BASF, I think I want stocks here, don't I? Fuck me, I guess I do want that. There's not, it's gotta be that. can't. Fuck. Maybe it's India. Shit, that surprises me. But maybe that's what he wants. I don't know, to be honest. What this is from an ex-subscriber. BASF. That's the only BASF I can find. Okay. Do I need to be in log scale? Well, probably. Shit. I gotta go out. Let's get out a little bit further. Holy shit. What a beast. Geez, I won't even give it. I wonder why it didn't come up there. Oh, that's weird. Usually it would give me a daily. Huh, it's not giving me that. Huh, remove. What the fuck? How are there 3 indicators on there? Weird. I don't know why I'm not getting that. That seems odd. Okay, well, never mind. Jesus, I gotta go to. Let's go back here. Okay, well let's work from this. Where's COVID? It's COVID. Okay, all right. So here's the COVID low. Looks like that's 05. 1, 2, 3. Is that 4? Candidate. I don't know. Does the market like to treat former resistance? Let's get that on the close. Former resistance as support? I don't know. Does the market like to do that? What would you think here? Check that out. Extension in the extension of the extension. Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Seems like it would have to be that. The larger count would have to be. It's like something along those lines. Oh, come on, machine. Lagging. No, it could be over here. Right? A, B, W, X, Y. You see it again. Okay, I got a decent 4. Can I? What would what's the next thing you'd want to do on that? Channel it. See how this looks. So, I mean, when you're putting something together like this, the thing that should be in the back of your mind is, why? That's the most obvious. Why not that? What's wrong with it? Out of log. Pretty different. Do I need to be in log? 1,000 to 10,000. Yeah, I got to be in log, right? It's not an option, but it's just I want to encourage you to do it, just because God, it distorts it so dramatically in log, right? You got to at least have a look at it. Okay, is any reason here that I would think, oh well, that can't be the 4. Well, that's steep, right? I mean, here's where we can invalidate it as an impulse, right? So that you've got a very, very low risk trade here, because you tick over that. Jesus, that's about as low risk as they can come. Although that's more distance than you think. Let's go to a daily. Get that right on that pivot. Well, yes, oh, that's pretty skinny. A, B, C. Well, if you were determined to buy this, okay, so you got a little bit of a conundrum. You really don't want to, well, okay, right, we can just use the pivot of the 1. You don't, you would want this to hold as an impulse, right? All of the ingredients are there. Let's see what that 3 is. And again, this is log scale, or a log pull. It's not quite as relevant, right, in log. Okay, 1, 2, here's the high probability location. We're gonna go 200%. Right? That another reason why you can't look at this and go, oh, with 3 is not the longest. Yeah, it's much longer, but in log scale, it's not longer. You wouldn't want that rolling over again. And you can look here and say, oh, god damn, man, that looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4. That looks like an impulse down. It looks more like you're doing this. A, B, uh-oh. But then the count would fall apart, right? So you'd be relying on the larger swing structure. Okay, well, what is this, right? We can look at that and say, what was that? Well, that was a break of structure. Okay, we broke structure. What happened? Long way, right? Long wait. But this is why you hear me say this all the time, right? Oh, okay. Oh, did you miss something? Well, yeah, you missed a shitload, right? But did it come back to where you? Oh God, see, I missed it. Well, where's the order block? Bullish order flow, the down before the up, right there, right? So, could you buy that? I might take a runner at that. I'd do it in options because the risk is so small here. If it takes this out, you're out of the trade. You're counting on this being an ABC, which is a little suspect. I don't think, can I get volume here? I can't remember if I can or not. Let's get that third. You'll see it's way down here, but you're at a high volume node, so that would make sense that we're stalling here. Right, you really don't want it to fall because where are we headed? Likely, next high volume node. That's tradable. You take a run at that. I wouldn't put the size on too big because it's not. See, if it had done this, oh, something like that, I'd said balls deep, man. Get me in and get me long and strong. But since you're like, oh, see, I always come back to why take a shitty setup? Is it? It's just not great. It's just period. So there has to be some reason why you're, want to be into BASF India. Maybe you have some insight into something that's going on there. Do we have earnings coming up? Fuck, next week. Maybe you're playing earnings, right? But when you're inside a week, you better be right. I wouldn't. Maybe a credit spread would be all I'd do there. On the idea of, okay, well, I know I'm out here, right? I have a very clear I'm out. All right, if we get a close below that low, I'm out. I'll just take it would be a loser, right? But it's not going to, unless you do something stupid on size, right? Okay, I'll take a jab. I can take a jab, but it's not going to be an uppercut to the jaw if you're disciplined. If you're taking it, it's a little bit of a, earnings. I've learned over the year, I don't trade within a week of earnings. Well, I shouldn't say that. I will. I'll sell some premium. But within 2-3 days, it's too much. And if you want to trade them, it looks like the volatility would be really low here as well. So the premium's not going to be particularly good. The put premium's probably decent. Call premium's going to suck, which might be the only reason to buy a call spread. What I would do, to tell you the truth, I'd just buy a call. And then if it pops off of earnings, then I'd sell the next call. If it drops, well, take the fucking, just take the loser. Okay, let me keep moving. Here's one I don't know. VOW3, never even heard of it. VOW3. Oh, pardon me. Volkswagen. Oh, wait a second. VOW3. What the fuck? I guess that's their. What is this? I don't know what that is. I have to look that up. Our international crowd is expressing themselves today. I don't know what this is, tied to Volkswagen, obviously, somehow. I don't know how. Do I care, right? Does it matter, right? No. Chart's a chart. They all trade the same way. Is that a good-looking setup? Do we need to be in log scale? Yeah, we need to be in log scale, right? Well, we got a range here from 25 to 200. Yeah, we got to be in log scale. Oh fuck! I wouldn't go near that. We'll see. Well, okay. Oh, let's put some market structure on here. All right. What would your thinking be? Okay. Right. So I'm on a 3-day. Let's go to a daily. Let's go from the high here. This is why I like Ethereum. Oops. Because I can tell it where I want to start. What the fuck? I don't know why I'm not getting. That is weird. Why am I? Oh, maybe it's hidden here. I don't know why I'm not getting. That's very odd. And I'm not sure what that means. Oh, because this is okay. That explains it. Okay, well, we can use I mean, you could do this yourself, right? It's just kind of handy to have a piece of software to do it. Here's the last break of structure down, right? So we get a change of character. Okay, right. So in sequencing, right, the first thing that has to happen is change of character, then a break of structure, right? You see it. Here's the change of character, then the break of structure, right? So we all come down here. This would be, if we broke this would be another change of character, since the last thing that happened is a chalk up, right? This would be a chalk down, right? It's always chalk first and then boss. So what Jesus, what would your thinking be here? Fuck, bull bear. This is moving in these really steep channel moves. This is, what you're seeing in the markets, right? Because of the volatility and the uncertainty. So moves are getting exaggerated. Now that's going to be clearly past a golden. What's the trend? Do you have a trend? Well, you have certainly a range. Oh shit, I'm going to need to do it this way. Okay, we're in the discount. Do you want to be a buyer here? Oh, let's get down here. Let's go to ADX. All right. So the Elliott count is anybody's guess. Well, we've got you can see here the positive is cross negative here. I'll just keep it simple. In the DIs between the two of them. So, and you've got a little bit of a green trend here, but we're crossing the wrong direction. We want this to be turning up. So, shit, you might get a gold in there. Not quite. Okay, what's your bias? Well, here's the range, right? Here's your PD array, if you want to use ICT language or SMC, right? Here's the range you're in. If anything, I'd be a seller there. Where's the better risk reward? Oh fuck me, come here. Oh god damn it. Where is it? If you just use that, where's it going to find liquidity, right? It's going to need liquidity right here. I got a 7-to-1, and I'm giving it to the other side of the 707. I can even tighten that further, right? It's 9-to-1. I've said this 1,000 times. It doesn't matter, right? We can go to a tiny little degree like this. We do it that way. We do it this way. Where are we going? We're gonna fail here and do this. What looks more probable? Where is the better risk reward? You want to be a buyer here? Well, you could probably talk yourself into that saying, well, yeah, at least I'm buying in the discount. Yeah, you'd be buying in the discount right at the edge of the 50. You want to buy that right into the, what would your thinking be? Okay, your thinking would have to be, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I'm not saying that can't happen. But if you review, again, I go back to you're reviewing your trades at the end of the month. Okay, and you bring up this chart. Okay, that was my analysis right there, and I was pretty sure that it was going to break that golden zone. Okay, based on what exactly? How did you know that? Something in earnings? Surprise. Bad news. How's the market responding? That's quite a wick it's leaving. Where is it going to go find liquidity? Well, you might find a little here. You see that, again, I don't know anything about that. I've never looked at this chart before, but just looking at that, where, if you gun to your head, which way are you going to take that trade? Just off of risk parameters. Pretty sharp. That's all the market ever does. Just depends on the degree, right? Whether you go down to a 1 minute, right? You could go anywhere you look. That's all it can do. Which side's going to break? Which side's going to break? It's just over and over and over again. Same thing, right? It's all it can do. It's two-dimensional. It can't do anything else. We make it so fucking complicated. Buy or sell, right? Just hands down, right? You're selling that. If you're an option trader, where's the premium going to be higher, right? The call premium is going to be higher because the market just did this, right? So you can sell out of the money credit spread and maybe pay for an at the money put, right? You get double banged. All right, where's your target, right? You got an algo target, and then you got a liquidity target. Not that hard. Oh, seems pretty straightforward on that one. Okay, last one. Filecoin? Is that FIL? F-I-L? Is that Filecoin? No, I think he wants... Oh, fuck. I never know. They got to tell me. I don't know if he wants crypto. That could be crypto. Yeah, when they put a... I think the dollar sign means they want a stock. That's going to be an international stock. Oh, fuck. Wonks, if you're here, I don't know. I think the dollar sign means stock, so I think that's what they want here. Oh, fuck. It's not that. So I don't know what they want. FIL, Jesus. Gotta narrow it down for me. Let's go to crypto. Oh, that looks a little better. All right, I'm going with this. All right, if you wanted the other one, I apologize. You got to tell me. I don't know what you want. Oh, this was a high flyer at one time. Am I in log? I'm in log. Let's get out of log. High flyer. That's right in line with COVID. Yep. Okay, so do we need to look in log scale? Yeah, obviously, I think we do. I got to check something here. No, they're still not there. That is just the weirdest thing. I'm not getting these. Do not know why I'm not getting access to my indicators. It's really weird. Okay, well, I'll figure it out. Well, something in my, I got to reboot or something. Well, this looks pretty straightforward. Okay, what do we see here? Sure looks like a 5. You'd have to really turn your brain off to not see that. Oh no, I don't trade Elliott Wave, so I just, when there's an obvious impulse in front of me, I just ignore it. That's what you're saying. Well, that's not, if you're going with that count, that doesn't look great. You don't really want this to be an ABC if you're a bull, I'm afraid. That's a 5 all day. 3. Stuck with that. Oh, there's no good solution here, because even if I'm ultra accommodating here and put the 4 over here and put the 5 down here, it's yeah, see the problem. Well, that's tempting to try and find a better fit, right? Because if you're a bull, that's like, oh, God, come on, man, Filecoin. But look at the channeling, right? I take you back to the channeling. If I connect them here. Complete. You want them, right? You want to analyze impulses, right? If they can complete, right, self-contained, yes, these two are not related. This is not related to this, other than it's correcting it. Shallow for a B. Well, what does that leave, right? If that's your analysis, that's not a good outcome. Now, what else can we do, right? We don't immediately, when you got a 1-2, the first thing, right? Get that on there, right? So if it breaks here, then we'll bring this, right? We'll change it. But right now, that's all you got. That's not good for alts, right? That's not a good altcoin setup. What you're hoping for is that this is completely wrong. This is wrong, 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 wrong. How could that be wrong? Well, maybe there's more context. It wouldn't really matter, right? Because you've got the full pump here. There's the pump. Oh, you can probably label that. Probably get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into that. 5, 5. This means not see. In my book, this means stay away, right? I wouldn't go near this, and what this would have to. Well, I'd need to see a break of structure here. This would have to get all reorganized, right? You got to break this, right? So I'll put that there. If that ever gets broken here, you'd reevaluate. Maybe there's some other way to get that done. What you can see here is we're just in a box, in a big box. Markets will do that, right? We'll get stuck in a range, right? So if you're shit, there's probably a great Wyckoff. That could be your spring there. Creek, oh fuck, automatic rally. I'm rusty on Wyckoff. It's hard to do Elliott and Wyckoff together, but that would be that's a pretty typical accumulation zone. Wyckoff traders probably all over that, right? But that would have to be your spring. But you know, as Elliott guides my view of the market, I'm expecting this, right? Finish, retest, and then finish. And then you'd be looking at this as a Wyckoff trader thinking, oh, it was distribution. All right, maybe there's more there. Okay, that's all I got. HBAR, one more. HBAR, I've been watching this. I almost sold some of this the other day. Yeah, okay, let's see. Now let's get it over here. Well, I'm going to lose some context there, but that's all right. We'll work from this low. Okay, what do we have here? Right, so here's my absolute low. Let's break. God damn it, I do not understand why I can't get to that, because I think this is set for a bear count. But okay, right, so change of character. this, right? So this is the pivot that led to the breaker structure. So that's right. So it's change of character and then breaker structure. Well, hard. Well, I don't think, it doesn't look like he can finish that. Let's go to a 4 hour. Maybe he can't. Well, this clearly is the 4. Well, this junk. Can I get that up there? Well, where did it go for liquidity? External. Right. How do we know that that's likely a liquidity grab? Now, I know, right? When you're sitting here going, oh, okay, oh shit, this is just a retrace, it's going to go. Those are just the telltale signs, right? That you don't, somebody bought that, right? It's the breakout. Discount or premium, right? How's his day going? His week, month, year, trading career. You don't be that guy or gal. Front run possibly, right? You know, you got order block right there. That would be volume. I'm on Coinbase, so I can get some volume here from the high. All right, let's see how we look. Okay, we're right at the POC. Okay, so correction over. All targets met down here. Oh, Jesus. Well, just roughly. Can we get away with that? Oh, that's an ugly finish. 5 ABC. That flies. Let me just tap that. 1, 2. It flies. Yeah, it looks like it's there. Looks like you can get that 5 in, right? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a little wonky in here, but not a disaster. Looks like that's your 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, that's decent. If I open that up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slop. Triangle. Fuck. So I don't know that it matters. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now what's happening here? Right? Okay, so this is kind of a good example. Oh, do I get an impulse? Nope. What do I have here? A 2 hour. Trending down, right? Strong trending down. Well, let's see, 60. Well, you don't have an impulse, right? So you're kind of stuck. Either you're going to truncate something here. Oh, you got big wick liquidity grabs up here. What's your best case here? You're going to, let's do it this way. You're going to do it as a diag. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be your best case for a bull. We're going to do this. Oh, fuck. A, B, C. Or you got a nice looking impulse there, so you got to factor that in somehow. Oh, come here. All right, that has to be accounted for because it's no arguing we've got an impulse there. All right, nice tight channel. All right, so it has to be, you got to do it as an A, B, C to get that to fly. Let's take this now up a degree. Let's get that channeled. Not bad. A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. Let's finish it. This is our last one. Oh, fuck, come here. little change of character into a double. Let's just use a pivot at the 50. Here's your range, right? Discount premium. You could buy that right now. Where's your target? Remember, it's not always going to be the golden. Volume profile helping me at all? Yeah, I might do this as well, just to get it all covered. POC at the golden zone. You could take a fly. Just come here. That's tradable. You trade it right there and use that target. Max loss 707, allowing for this to come down a little bit more, right? Come down a little sweep, right? Because this is now clear liquidity. Let's get in there. Right, so you want to just something in the back of your mind should be: did it get some liquidity? Did it, right? That's the you really don't want to enter until you've seen it grab liquidity. Did it get it? No. It got close. Now, where's it going now, right? So it didn't get the external. This would have been the liquidity in this, of where you'd find a bunch of stops, right? So this would be liquidity that would be an obvious target. Okay, it doesn't get it. Where's it going to go next? Right here. You got an imbalance right here. Right, so it's seeking that liquidity, right? The imbalance here, right? There could be unfilled orders here, right? That move so fast and with displacement, right? So it was unfair, right? The buy side, sell side, right? Imbalanced. Sellers, right? Oh shit, that's so fast. Oh, come back here. Maybe we got some unfinished order, unfinished business there. Okay, right. So now that's why I'm looking at this going, okay, well, do we know? Well, we can see we've been in a pretty strong downtrend. That hasn't really flipped yet. So you've got to be prepared for that to potentially roll over one more time. Grab this liquidity. Now we're going to go external liquidity, which would be right here and right here. Grab that. Liquidity grabbed, right? Now you'd be into an order block here, right? The little down swing, right? You'd be into a little order block here. So you got two choices here because you don't know, right? The market's not obligated to do anything, right? So what does it usually do? So I would be prepared to say, okay, if I'm going to buy, well, you're fucking late here. Yeah, you had to buy it here, right? You're too late now. You're going to have to wait for this. You want to see, because you don't want to chase it here, right? Because your stop has to be way down here. It's too much. Well, I wouldn't do it, right? It's less than 2 to 1. I personally, right? I wouldn't do that, right? If I don't get 3 to 1, I'm not taking the trade. So I think you're better now to see, okay, well, does it plow right through that? Well, now think about that. If it does, right, to finish here, we're looking for remember this is a diag, right? I'll get you out of here, right? It's ABC, 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 right? So we're looking for ABC, ABC to finish that. Right here, right? So ideally a zigzag. What you want here is a 535. Oh, where's the next trade that I would want? Right here. Looking for either of these, right? Where's the target of liquidity, right? That's the break of structure, right? The reason you don't want to go it's going to the moon, because after a break of structure, which that would be, what are we anticipating? Right? What does it usually do? Retrace. So while, again, markets can do it's going to do what it's going to do. It would be improbable that it's going to go, it's just going to keep going. Just keep going. Or likely you sweep that. You complete the 5. Now it could go a ways. You got some good targets here. Look at the channeling, right? Where would you anticipate? Even if I bring this down just a touch here. Get it a little tighter. Again, anything's possible. We don't want to trade like, oh shit, what if it did that? Well, what if I fucking bought a lottery ticket that won $10 million tomorrow? What if? I don't want to do my budgeting based on that. What if? Nor do I want to do my trading based on, well, what if it just goes straight up for 10,000 points? Well, okay. That'd be amazing to anyone who's long Hedera. Is that probable? A, B. right? You're a little late for that, but let that confirm. See the 5. It was just like where we started with Bitcoin Silver. Oh, you got the 5. Now, confirm, right? So all that's doing, getting that 5 is confirming that low. Oh, I got a good, confirming, right? As in giving you enough conviction to take the trade. Nothing says it couldn't roll over again, right? The market's going to do what it's going to do. But this gives me a little bit more conviction here if I get the 5 that I've got a good low here. So now what am I waiting for? A, B, B. Where am I going to get better risk reward? Right? It always comes down to this. Okay, well, if that's my target here, I'm going to do the same thing here. Let's use the algo target, right in the top of the channel, 6 to 1. You see, look at that, and you go, well, what if the D goes a little bit deeper? What if that goes deeper and you get stopped out? Well, welcome to trading. What if it does? Can you not reload again and go again? Can you not reload? Right? If you get stopped out, you just, I never traded again. You don't think that that's going to happen a few times? As long as they're jabs, right, and not an undercut to the jaw, an uppercut to the jaw. I mean, take the stop. Here's the number one reason people fuck themselves is they don't take the stop because they don't want to admit being wrong. Oh, fuck it. Oh, it'll come back. There's no way, right? It's not going to keep going. No. It'll definitely. I know. Well, okay. Now I'm long-term trading. Now I'm just going to dollar cost average. It'll never sweep that low. That little sequence there kills more traders than any other anything else. Period. And you could have taken the tiny little stop right here. Could have taken that, but you didn't want to admit you were wrong. Oh, shit, I know that's coming. I know it's coming back. Oh, it'll come back. Oh, I'm a long-term hodler. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm in for the term. I know it. Absolutely self-inflicted stupidity. And just all you had to do was let the stop do. All you had to do was stick to your trade plan. Oh, I put a stop there. Put a stop on it. Shit, you can trade this with a little leverage. Right? If you're trading with leverage, you better fucking have a stop on it or you'll get liquidated. Just take the little stop. So simple. I didn't want to be wrong. Well, you won't be long for the markets with that kind of thinking. Okay, guys, how to do? Oh, shit, not bad, right? Since I got a late start. Very sorry for that. I usually don't do that, but I got sidetracked today. Okay, guys, that's all I got with that. Oh, Lucas. Oh, thanks, guys. Okay, all right, guys. I won't be late next week. Okay, thanks for hanging out with me. Always hope you get a little, nugget or two from this. Maybe something to, get on your watch list. Maybe set some alerts. Right. Of course, the idea is we demonstrate a methodology. If you want to develop a skill set with this methodology, like everyone who works for me, all of them started as members. I've never had anyone on my team that didn't come from the membership. Just happen to be really good traders. Right. And when we develop some rapport and when the time's right, I invited them to the team. Right. Now you guys benefit from it. Okay. With that, I'll wish you guys luck. Again, everything is free in our Discord. You can join our white belt. All that stuff is free. Right. The idea is just come in and sniff around, see if it's a good fit for you. Okay, guys, have a good afternoon. I'll catch you. Let's see. I'm back.